Who do you say that I am? This question we've pondered over before, but it still must be reflected on anew. Who do we say that Jesus is in our lives today, here, now, in this moment? When we come and we look at our Lord, whom we receive in the Eucharist, do we see Him as living, alive, Lord of the universe, that we get to receive into our very selves? When we gaze upon Him in adoration, do we recognize the King of the universe, the Lord of lords, the King of kings, the lover of our souls? It takes more than just an intellectual assent. We can't just say, oh yes, I believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth. But it must be down to the root of our being. Who do we say He is? And that ain't enough either, even if we get it right, down to the core of our being today. Because, as we see, Peter gets it right. You are the Christ. Yep. And then, not 2 minutes later, he rebukes Jesus, and Jesus says to him, "Get behind me, Satan." He gets it right, and then immediately he gets it wrong. As I was pondering over this, I was remembering an incident back in 7th grade in social studies class. I forget what the social studies was then, geography or whatever it was. And I remember that after a quiz or a test or something, instead of passing our tests in, we passed them to people behind us or around us or whatever, or we passed them in and he passed them out to other people, and we all had to correct each other's work. And I guess it was just the teacher's way of not having to do everyone's work all at once. But so there was one question that I remember. I saw one of the kids raise his hand after he gave the answer, and he said, and I was like, he has my paper. I know he has my paper. And I was like, oh no, what's he going to say? And he gave this answer, but it went beyond what the book answer was. It said something else. And the teacher was like, oh, that's very good. Well, chest goes out, and that's my paper, that's mine. Oh yeah. Then we got to the next question, and I see him raise his hand again. I was like, oh, what's this going to be? And the teacher says, okay. And he says what the answer is, and says, no, that's completely wrong. And that's the story of our lives, right? As soon as we get something great and right, then we're all proud and everything, but then God says, slap you down. It's like, why? And I'm thinking in my mind, why did I have to tell everyone, hey, that's my paper? And now they all know I got that completely wrong. That when Jesus says, who do you say that I am? It's not just a once and done. It's not like we're the angels. The angels are so completely different in their being that when they choose, when they decide, when they make a statement of their will, they do not go back. That's why the demons will be demons until the end of time, and why the angels will never fall, because they made that choice to follow God. We, on the other hand, we're up, we're down, at least until Judgment Day. And so we need constantly to be turning back to the Lord and say, when He says, who do you say that I am? We can't be all proud of ourselves or I got it right, because the next moment will fall. We need constantly to be saying, Lord, help me in the very depths of my being to be able to proclaim who you are as the Christ.